Today in our Organs of Wirral series we are in St Catherine's Church in Tranmere. There's been a church on this site since 1831. At that time Tranmere was a small village of around 1,000 people surrounded by farmland. Tranmere Woods and Tranmere Windmill were just down the road. Today Tranmere is densely populated and it's certainly not an affluent area, but there's more to the place than just the oil terminal, Camel Laird's or the football team. From 1873, the church was largely rebuilt into the building we have today and reconsecrated in 1876. This broadly coincided with the building of the workhouse and infirmary right behind the church. These buildings eventually became St Catherine's Hospital, and then in 2013 the hospital was demolished and rebuilt as the ultra-modern St Catherine's Medical Centre. Alongside this, the whole area outside the church was remodelled and it's a lovely open plan space now. I don't know what the church did for an organ in the early days, but in 1933 the Chester-based firm Charles Whiteley built this organ. Whiteleys were a very successful provincial organ building firm, but they never really got the recognition nationally that they deserved. This organ is typical of their output. It's 2 manual and pedals. It has a warm but a bold sound. And rather like Christchurch Higher Bebington, which we visit in another one of our videos, the organ was built with pneumatic action. This means there are hundreds of little lead tubes inside the organ and hundreds of motors. Now, an organ motor is nothing like an electric motor which spins around. An organ motor is basically 2 pieces of wood enclosed by very fine leather. There are square drop motors, there are pillbox motors, there are Roosevelt motors, there are all sorts of motors. And all they do is just move a little bit. When they get inflated, when the air goes into them, they move up a bit, and when the air gets sucked out, they move down a bit. And generally, one motor would work a lever, which might work a bigger motor, which might work a bigger motor. So it's a system of relays, really, where low pressure or low volume works a slightly higher pressure, higher volume, until ultimately the sound comes out of the pipes. Unlike the organ in Higher Bebington, the leatherwork inside this organ is still in pretty good condition, so the organ works mostly as it should. That was the Pastorale by Melanie Bonis. She was a French organist and composer who died in 1937. When she was 16, she had piano lessons from the great César Franck and entered into the Paris Conservatoire, where she studied alongside Pianet and Debussy. Of course, composing and playing the organ was very much a male domain at that time, and she felt that she had to shorten her name to Mel to get any recognition.